guys. This is going to be a different episode of the Bangers and Mash show. As always, I am Mr. Banger Zack. This is...
I'm JD.
Mr. Mash. This is the podcast that nobody likes or listens to. Today's episode, this is a general shooting the shit episode. There are a couple of specific things I want to talk about, but generally speaking, JD and I are just going to ramble for a little while, and if you don't think it's interesting, you don't have to listen.
Yeah!
So what are we going to talk about, JD?
I don't know, what are you going to talk about?
Alright, I'll look at my comic books.
Nerd!
I read comic books. Listening audience, if you couldn't figure that out. This month I bought like $50 worth of comics.
Nerd.
And I'm going to talk about some of them, because I think JD might be interested.
I bought $12 worth of comics this month.
Awesome. You should have brought them. We could have talked about them. We could have done an all-comics episode.
I was hoping we would do an all-comics episode, since we're just going to shoot the shit anyway.
The first comic I'm going to talk about is Godzilla #1 from IDW. I bought the first 2 issues from a previous Godzilla series from IDW called Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters, and I hated it. But I decided to give this one a shot since it's a completely different series, new art team and everything. I kind of like it. Do you know what the series is about?
Godzilla kicking the shit out of other monsters?
No, actually, it's Jason Statham versus Godzilla. That is literally what the series is about.
Holy shit.
Look at this guy.
That is Jason Statham.
He's even British. His name is Boxer, which is a Jason Statham name if I've ever heard one.
And they need to make this movie.
And the writing is pretty funny, and the artwork is good. It's not your traditional superhero comic book artwork, but I kind of like it because it's different. And the monsters look cool. Yeah, I'm going to continue with this one for a while. I've added it to my subscription list. So far, so good on Godzilla. There's no subtitles, it's just Godzilla from IDW. #1 just came out this month.
IDW?
IDW is the name of the company.
IDW, not IDW.
IDW. West Virginia, folks. I picked up 2 other #1s. Traditionally, I'm a DC guy.
Speaking of which, listeners, there's an Aquaman audio play. Listen to it. It's awesome.
You should listen to it. I picked up a Dial H #1. Now, this is based off an old Silver Age DC comic series called Dial H for Hero, where the premise was this kid would dial H on a rotary phone. Rotary phone. The kid would dial Hero on an old rotary phone and become a different superhero every time. And usually they were ridiculous. Is the same character, but he's an adult now, fat and overweight and has heart problems, like us.
I don't know that I have heart problems yet, asshole.
And the city's really sort of depressed and fucked up. What's great about this issue is that the superheroes he becomes are still ridiculous. He becomes Boy Chimney, who has the power to control smog.
That's kind of cool, I'm not going to lie.
Which is pretty cool, but not as cool as the second hero he becomes in the course of the story, which is, let's see if I can say this correctly, Captain Leckramos. Captain Leckramos. His superpower is that he can make people really sad.
That's awesome.
He can cripple them with sadness.
That's hilarious.
And there's some weird shit going on in this story. I don't know where they're necessarily going, but I'm sticking with it. And the artwork, again, like the Godzilla series, it's not your typical superhero artwork. In fact, everything's a little exaggerated and grotesque, but I really dig it. It's cool. Now, the third #1 I picked up this month is also from DC. It's GI Combat. Now, this is replacing their Sergeant Rock series that just got canceled.
Oh, no.
Sergeant Rock, right? It's going to be 2 stories every month.
I don't even know who that is.
I picked it up because the lead story is The War of the Time Forgot, a.k.a. Dinosaurs versus Soldiers.
Fuck yeah.
Well, wait. I was honestly kind of not digging this one. First off, all the military vehicles are done in CGI for some reason. They don't even get to Dinosaur Island until the end of the story, and then it's finished for this month, which is sort of a bummer, because the second half of the series is devoted to the unknown soldier. I mean, he's kind of badass, he's killing people and stuff, and I guess I should have seen this coming. But a bleeding heart liberal like myself, this is a little too gung-ho pro-military for me. Go figure. A comic book called GI Combat is pro-military. I won't be continuing with that. I will be continuing with Dial H and Godzilla.
Go ahead and tell them about your Sonic comics, Zack.
I'm a Sonic nerd, if you didn't know this. I'm a huge Sonic nerd. Like, JD, what is your #1 fandom? X-Men? Batman, maybe?
I mean, the Avengers was just so awesome.
What's the fictional universe you have followed ever since you were a little kid and still do to this day, that you were obsessed with as a kid? Batman, okay. Well, for me, it's Sonic. That's always been my #1 fictional universe. So even my nerdiness is lame.
I mean, I can understand. I've seen every single Batman movie. I have watched at least 1 episode of every Batman show.
Have you seen Filipino Batman?
No.
Okay.
There's a Filipino Batman?
Uh-huh. It's a musical, too.
Holy shit! I need to see this. Alright, well, let me rephrase that. I've seen every single American Batman movie, including the one from the 1960s.
Title translates to Alias Batman and Robin, by the way.
Holy shit.
It was done in 1993. It looks like it was done in 1965.
Why is Batman dancing with the Joker? Why is Penguin dancing with Robin?
This is like gayer than regular Batman.
And they're not even wearing masks. They're wearing ball caps. I mean, what the hell?
There's no sound on this video. I love that it says no description available. Foreign superhero movies are the best. There's a Turkish movie called Three Dev something. It translates to Three Mighty Men. Captain America and Santo versus Turkish Spider-Man, who is a murderer and kills people. If we get to a convention this fall, they'll probably have it there. These movies are often found in convention bootleg tables.
Well, if it's there, we're buying it. Because that sounds awesome.
Captain America and Santo versus evil Spider-Man. Anyway,
Aquaman.
right now, the big story arc in the Archie Sonic comics right now is Princess Sally's been roboticized.
Oh, no.
Antoine's in a coma, and right now they're splitting the Freedom Fighters into two different teams. Team Freedom and Team Fighter. I don't like Silver the Hedgehog. That kind of whole era of Sonic video games is done to me. But Ian Flynn, the guy who writes the comics, has managed to make Silver an interesting character by basically making him an idiot and a loser. I won't ramble.
I'm personally a fan of Silver the Hedgehog.
In addition to the regular Archie Sonic series, they have Sonic Universe, which is kind of like a side story. Issue 40 wraps up the story arc where it's Robotnik versus Snively, and the ending is amazing because Robotnik has Snively locked up in a prison and basically completely crushes and defeats him. It's kind of badass for the 3 people potentially listening to this that might even give a crap. Anyway, Aquaman.
Aquaman!
We love Aquaman here at the Bangers and Mash show because the 2 of us were involved with an Aquaman audio play that I wrote, and I guess you could say I directed it. JD Axe in it. And anyway,
I'm the Ocean Master.
He is the Ocean
And
Master.
I'm the best damn person to play Ocean Master ever.
Listen up, Warner Brothers. I've been enjoying the new Aquaman ongoing. Jeff Johns is a writer that I generally like, though sometimes I have issues with him, but...
Isn't he the one that wrote Darkest Night or Blackest Night?
He wrote Blackest Night, and he's basically running the DCU now. The current Aquaman story arc is basically exploring his past. Apparently, at some point in the past, Aquaman was involved with a superhero team called the Others. Their whole shtick is that each one of them has a different Atlantean artifact that gives them a different power. 10 years later or whatever, Black Mana's hunting them all down and killing them all, so Aquaman has to team up with the rest of the team to stop Black Mana. And there's a new character in here that's really sort of interesting called the Prisoner of War, and his whole superpower is that he has these Atlantean cuffs. He's basically a well for all these souls of dead soldiers, and he has all of the abilities of these dead soldiers.
He can shoot a gun really well.
He can shoot a gun really well, yes. But what's interesting about this is they finally provide a reason why Black Mana hates Aquaman so much. They've never really given a good reason why Black Mana hates Aquaman so much.
And why does Black Mana hate Aquaman?
Because Aquaman killed Black Mana's dad.
Oh, speaking of which...
Okay, segue.
In Young Justice,
okay.
Aqualad, they've actually done a story arc where he is Black Mana's son.
Oh, so they did follow through on that. That's
yes.
That's
so I know that you were interested in that,
okay.
And I meant to tell you that like 4 weeks ago when the episode aired.
I've not been following Young Justice. Apparently they did a time jump, which kind of makes me...
I like it a little bit better.
When cartoons do time jumps, it almost never works out for them, I'm just saying.
It seemed to work out for this one the way that they did it.
I'll wait for it to come out on DVD.
Because it's like 5 years later, but it still continues the story that they were going on.
I hear Batgirl's in it now, which is...
Yeah.
Okay.
Batgirl's hot.
Batgirl is hot, but which Batgirl is it? Is it Barbara Gordon? I'm assuming.
I'm pretty sure it's the purple outfit.
Well, that's Stephanie Brown. Unless it's like Adam West's Batgirl outfit.
Well, she has like reddish hair.
Okay, well, it's Barbara Gordon. I know Barbara Gordon was in the show, so I'm assuming it was going to be her.
They don't say what her name is.
This is the nerdiest conversation we've ever had on the show.
You'll be glad to know that Wonder Girl wears her jeans instead of the red part of the outfit.
The other DC series I'm following at the moment, though maybe not for too long, is Justice League Dark. In the New 52, all the Vertigo characters that were formerly in the DCU proper have been brought back into the DCU. So basically, originally it was Constantine, Zatanna, Deadman, Shade the Changing Man, and Madame Xanadu.
I thought Madame Xanadu was evil.
She's not in this one. She's a drug addict, but she's not evil. I was really sort of thinking about dropping it, because the most recent storyline is a crossover with I, Vampire, and no, I'm not reading fucking I, Vampire. And I hate it when comic books do that, when you have to buy a series you're not reading to get the second half of the story. Anyway, this last story arc was kind of making me not so happy. However, at the end of issue 8, they sort of wrap up that storyline, and Shade leaves the team. Beginning of issue 9, they have brought in a new creative team. Black Orchid and the dude from iVampire have joined the team. This whole storyline has them fighting Felix Faust in South America to get the Books of Magic. It renewed my interest in the series. I'm going to continue with it for the time being. It's the one I'm closest to dropping at the moment. It continues to be as good as issue 9 was. I will continue to buy it. Though overall, I've been kind of disappointed in Justice League Dark because it is so arc-based.
You haven't been reading the new Teen Titans? The new 52 Teen Titans or whatever it was called?
I hear the new 52 Teen Titans is actually terrible. People have not liked it.
I haven't read it. It's a childhood thing.
Stop talking about comic books or I'll kill you. I don't care if the Hulk could defeat the Man of Steel. I'm gonna rearrange your face if you continue to debate whether Logan's claws could pierce Steve Rogers' shield. I just
Do-do-do-do-do. Bangers and mash.
And we're back. Worst episode ever.
Oh my god, that was a Simpsons reference!
I've been thinking a lot of Simpsons references because I watched all 5 Death Wish movies recently. And I realized, wow, Charles Bronson was like a reoccurring character on The Simpsons. They had the episode where they were watching something on TV where Charles Bronson was on the Andy Griffin Show, filled in for Andy Griffin on the Andy Griffin Show. Barney Fife is like, where's what was the name of the town drunk on the Andy Griffin Show?
Oh, I can't remember.
Otis, I think.
Where's
Otis, Sheriff Taylor? I shot him. You did what? And now I'm going down to Emmett's Fix-It shop to fix Emmett. And he walks away.
That's great. I have never seen that episode.
Or the episode where they crossed over with the critic, and the critic reviewed Death Wish 9, and it's Charles Bronson in a hospital bed going, I wish I was dead. Or the episode where instead of going to Branson, Indiana, they go to Bronson, Indiana, where everybody is Charles Bronson. So,
oh, snap.
So a mom and a little kid are walking along, and the little kid's like, hey, Ma, how about some cookies? No dice. This ain't over. So... so you seen any good movies recently?
The Avengers.
The Avengers was pretty good.
Best movie ever.
How many times have you seen it so far?
I've seen it twice. Once regular and then once in 3D. So anyhow, The Avengers is awesome. I literally kicked somebody out of my department at Target because they said that The Avengers sucked. I literally kicked them out of the
How can they objectively say that?
They said that the story writing was stupid.
Wait, did they see The Avengers or did they accidentally go back in time to 1996 and see The Avengers with Uma Thurman and Sean Connery?
Talk about Thor and all that other stuff. Anyhow, point being, he said The Avengers sucked and I said get the fuck out of my department.
Get out.
You are not allowed in my department. Do not come past F25. Because clearly you know nothing about entertainment.
It was pretty good. I liked it a lot. The reason I haven't written a review of The Avengers is because I don't think a review that's basically just me going, and then this awesome thing happened.
And then this awesome thing happened.
And then this awesome thing happened.
And then when you thought it was over, this awesome thing happened.
I just don't think that would be very good reading. So that's why I haven't reviewed The Avengers.
Just put 10. Enough said.
Yeah, that movie kicked my ass. It kicked all the asses.
Even that movie where Chuck Norris fights the devil wasn't as good as The Avengers.
I like The Avengers a lot. Number 1 movie of the year so far. I haven't really seen any good new releases this year. I've seen a couple. I saw The Avengers, of course. I saw The Secret World of Arietti, the new Studio Ghibli movie. That was really good. Those are the only 2 4 stars.
Which is based off the Borrowers, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Those are the only 2 4-star movies I've seen so far this year. Have you heard about a movie called God Bless America?
No.
It's the latest from Bobcat Goldthwait, who's a director now.
The guy that talked really weird on
Yes,
Academy?
yes. Previously did a movie called World's Greatest Dad with Robin Williams. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It was really good, wasn't it?
It was okay.
He did that.
I really hate it when great comedic actors like Adam Sandler...
I don't know if I would call Adam Sandler a great comedic anything. You don't like it when comedic actors do dramatic performances?
No, like when they do family movies.
Well, World's Greatest Dad was not a family movie.
That one was a dramatic movie, but like...
It wasn't a dramatic movie, it was a comedy.
Would you... Just shut up!
He's hitting me!
I am hitting him. That's what that sound is.
So God Bless America. Directed by Directed by Bobcat Goldthwait. It's about a guy whose life is falling apart. He's divorced. His daughter is a little shithead. His wife hates him. He gets fired from his job. Then he finds out he has an inoperable brain tumor, and he's going to kill himself. But as he's killing himself, he has the TV on, and it shows a scene from Super 16 birthday party or whatever. 16-year-old rich little bitch is complaining because her parents bought her the wrong $10,000 sports car. So he decides, before he kills himself...
Okay, well, first of all, a sports car costs more than $10,000.
He decides before he kills himself, he's going to go and kill this little rich bitch. And when he's doing that, he meets up with this psychotic little 16-year-old girl. So already you should know why I like it. And they decide to go on a rampage where they basically kill all the reality TV show stars. It's a comedy.
The sound of that.
I won't reveal too much, but I dug it. Lots of critics are saying it kind of goes off the rails in the last act. Maybe there's a little bit, but I really liked the ending. It's got an Alice Cooper soundtrack.
Holy snap.
I would recommend God Bless America. But in the first 2 minutes of the movie, the guy lives in this apartment complex with paper-thin walls. Next door neighbors are these 2 white trash idiots, and they don't have enough money to buy diapers for their baby, but they have a bright yellow sports car out front, and an HD TV, and a PlayStation, whatever. But the baby is crying 24 hours a day. And in the first 2 minutes of the movie, you should know if this comedy is for you or not, because he has a dream sequence where he walks into his neighbor's house with a shotgun and blows up the baby. Mother throws the baby up into the air, he shoots the shotgun, and blood pours down on everybody, and he's smiling and laughing the whole time. It stars Bill Murray's brother, by the way, Joel Murray.
I might have to see this.
I would recommend God Bless America. I saw The Innkeepers, which is technically a movie from last year, directed by Ty Ty West, who did House of the Devil. Did you see that?
No.
Well, House of the Devil was an 80s style horror movie
I've
emulated.
been meaning to watch it because it is on Netflix instant.
You probably wouldn't like it because it is incredibly slow. That's actually the whole point, the slowness.
I watched Tarantino movies religiously. I have now officially seen every single Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, so you saw Four Rooms?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then is a Tarantino episode coming up then?
I mean, I guess it has to, because
All
I've
right.
seen every single one. Thanks to Netflix Instant, by the way.
You've seen True Romance?
That one I might not have seen.
Well, he only wrote it. Well, it's still very much a Tarantino
What
movie.
happens in that?
That's Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette go on the road together.
That is one I still have to see, so sorry.
Well, I own it, so we might just watch it tonight. He only wrote it, Tony Scott directed it, but it's still very much a Tarantino movie. It's got an amazing cast.
I know people will argue this, but I consider From Dusk Till Dawn more a Tarantino movie than a Rodriguez movie.
Absolutely.
Because it's got more of Tarantino style in it than...
With the exception of Natural Born Killers, everything Tarantino has written is a Tarantino movie. Pretty much nothing from Tarantino's script made it into that movie. That's all Oliver Stone all the way. But everything else he's done is his. Innkeep. It's an old-fashioned ghost story from Ty West. I really liked it a lot. It's very much a slow burn. It's all about getting to know the characters before the horror stuff starts to happen in the last half an hour. What is the name of the actress that it stars? I can't remember her name, but she's adorable, and I'd never noticed her before, and she's really likable in this. All the horror nuts I've seen The Innkeepers a year ago. It came out in theaters this year, but it was released on video on demand last year. But I'm considering it a 2012 release for my uses. Aside from that, I liked Haywire. That was kind of a fun action movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
You should see it. You would dig it. Gina Carano really needs to play Wonder Woman. If they ever get a JLA movie made, they probably won't.
Well, I heard they've been talking about it a lot here lately since Avengers released.
I'm not expecting Warner Brothers to ever get
But the reason the Avengers did so well, as far as money-wise, is because, number one, they campaigned it really well this year, but they've been campaigning it for like 6 years now.
Honestly, I hate to say this, but I think why the Avengers is doing so well is because it has a mass appeal. It appeals to men, it appeals to women, it appeals to old people and young people. The reason for that is just because it's a good story. I'll never ever say this again, but Joss Whedon might be the main reason why the movie is so successful. There, I'm done saying good things about Joss Whedon.
Hey, Joss Whedon, Season 8 of Buffy, what the hell?
Read the Season 8 comic of Buffy?
I've heard bad things about it, and a couple of issues I read of it I liked, but that was apparently
Man,
before
I wish you had said something a month ago, because I gave away all my Buffy Season 8 comics.
Apparently, Buffy ends up destroying all magic, and the premise for Season 9, in Season 9 there's going to be a spin-off of Willow, apparently. I was reading online.
Really? I haven't heard about that. I know there's a spin-off about Angel and Faith working together now.
Well, yeah, but there's going to be a spin-off about Willow searching for a way to get her power back.
I know they killed off Giles, and I think they killed off Xander, too.
What?
Yeah, because Angel killed Giles. Because the big bad of Season 8 turns out to be Angel, who doesn't care about saving the world anymore. He just wants to get together with Buffy and Bone. That's why they destroy all magic, so that his curse is destroyed, and they can have sex freely. All the shit that you hate about Joss Whedon has run rampant. Anyway, the Whedon vs. Buffy stuff is pretty much, aside from the shitty comic that I don't even think the diehards are reading anymore, pretty much nothing going on in the Whedon Buffyverse. It's pretty much done for forever. Anyway, the point I was making is most of the horror movies I've seen so far this year have not been very good. A lot of the indie horror movies I've seen have been pretty subpar. I saw Monster Brawl, right? Cool premise. Monsters fighting in a wrestling ring. Pretty weak stuff.
Never even heard of that.
Frankenstein, the werewolf, and the mummy, and a vampire lady, and a witch, and a swamp monster, and Cyclops. It was weak stuff. Not really a whole lot going on in
I
that.
don't care. It's monsters fighting each other, and I'm always game.
It sounds like you can't lose. It's okay, but it's unessential viewing. And I saw The Sleeper, which was kind of a retro slasher movie, but drawl stuff. The killer in that movie was terrible. The point I'm making is, I'm waiting for this year to get really, really good. There's a lot of stuff coming out this summer that I'm excited for. Prometheus. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man. You know, the more I see of it, the more interested I am. I'm more excited for Spider-Man than I am for Batman.
Shut up. It's Anne Hathaway in a skin-tight catsuit. I am super excited for that.
I don't
The
know.
only way it would get better is if Emma Stone got put in a skin-tight, because the things I would do to Emma Stone.
Yeah, ooh. Superhero babes of the summer. Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widow, Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. Go. Kill, fuck, marry. Let's do it that way. Kill, fuck, marry. Let's play that game.
Oh, God. Well...
We're officially teenage girls now. Kill, fuck, marry. Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy.
I would have to marry Emma Stone, fuck Anne Hathaway, and I would kill Black Widow because she is definitely a mind fuck. So I would just have to get her off the...
I would pretty much would say the same thing. Yeah, marry Emma Stone because she seems like she'd be down to earth. Definitely bang Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. I would bang Scarlett Johansson too, though, and then kill her. Or never mind.
I was going to say, you could kill her at the same time.
I'm not going to let that walk by me. Not that any of these women would ever have anything to do with us.
I mean, the Catwoman costume looks really flattering on...
That's a good way of putting it. It's flattering.
To me, the only issue that I have with the Black Widow costume is push him down to the side a little bit instead of...
Scarlett got hot again. She lost a lot of weight for Iron Man 2, but they had her put all the curves back on for the Avengers. You could, like, melt butter on her. On that ass. That ass.
That ass was pretty hot, and it was especially hot in 3D. That was the only good thing.
That ass coming right at you.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the Avengers yet, don't see it in 3D. It takes away from the movie.
I think everybody has seen the Avengers twice at this point.
I don't care if there are any of you who haven't seen it. Don't watch it in 3D. Save your money. It takes away from the movie.
Big summer movie this year that I was looking forward to, but I'm going to have to wait even longer for, was G.I. Joe 2. They've moved it from the end of June to March of next year.
It's because Battleship bombed.
It's because Battleship bombed. It's also because the test...
Literally.
Well, the test screenings for G.I. Joe 2 has been very negative because apparently they were going to kill off Channing Tatum in the first 5 minutes of the movie. We've known this from the first trailer that G.I. Joe 2 is going to start with them killing off everybody but a handful of people from the first movie. But apparently the test audience has reacted negatively to that, and Channing Tatum's a big star now because of 21 Jump Street. The reshoots are going to be all about bringing Channing Tatum's character back to life, bringing Duke back to life.
No one cares about Duke.
I don't really care about Duke either, no. Honestly, the only character from the first movie I would care about returning was Scarlet. Mostly because Rachel Nichols also looks good in a catsuit.
Me personally, I don't think you can have a G.I. Joe movie like Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander actually looks like Cobra Commander in this one, though. It seems to be close. I don't know why. I never watched G.I. Joe as a kid because the whole military thing kind of turned me off. Even as a kid, I was a bleeding heart, limp-wristed, pinko liberal. But for some reason, it's important to me that they're faithful to the source material, even though I don't give a shit about the source material. Weird, right?
That is 100% your Asperger's kicking in.
Anyway, the trailers for G.I. Joe 2 were pretty badass, and I'm kind of bummed out that I'm going to have to wait another 6 months for it.
And they'll probably fuck it up.
And I think that it can only do damage to the movie's performance, since there are already trailers and posters and toys and advertisements out for it that say June. People are going to be confused. Moving a movie this far ahead 1 month before it comes out is a serious marketing snafu.
Agree.
I haven't seen Battleship. I have no intention of seeing Battleship. But apparently the line, "You sunk my battleship," is nowhere in the movie.
Liam Neeson needed to say,
"You sunk my battleship!" We will get our Willis injection this summer, though, because of Expendables Part 2, which I am excited for. I actually disliked the first Expendables, even though it was the best idea for a movie ever. The way it was shot was really shaky, and I couldn't tell what the hell was going on. There's that big fight scene where it's Jet Li versus Jason Statham versus Gary Daniels. I didn't know who the hell was kicking who! But there's a new director for the sequel, Simon West, who is usually pretty steady. Got Chuck Norris in it. And it's got Van Damme in it, and apparently Jason Statham actually drops the one-liner, "I now pronounce you husband and knife."
Yeah, that is in one of the trailers. Arnold Schwarzenegger rips the door off of a smart car and gets in it.
"My boots are bigger than this car."
Riding around and shooting a grenade launcher while hanging out of a smart car. And I'm sorry, but anytime you get Arnold Schwarzenegger to get into a smart car and fire a grenade launcher, that's fucking awesome, and that's any reason for me to go see a movie.
I'm hoping summer's going to pick up. The Avengers has already been awesome, and I don't expect any movie to top that this year. We'll see how it goes. There's still some good-looking stuff coming out this year, so 2012 is plenty of time to turn it around.
The next movie I'm excited for is Batman.
You're not excited for Prometheus?
Every time I get super excited about a horror or a sci-fi movie, it turns out to be crap. I want to be underwhelmed with all the trailers and everything. That way, when I see it, I'm whelmed, or at least overwhelmed.
That's a good philosophy, but I am really looking forward to it because Ridley Scott is coming back to the Aliens franchise. The newest trailer has really made it clear that this is absolutely a prequel to Alien. They've been kind of secretive with it. The Xenomorph is in it. You see its feet in the newest trailer.
I hope they don't do a whole Alien versus Predator thing where the space jockeys become friends with the humans actually try to kill them for half the movie.
I'm pretty sure that is not going to happen.
So, the Phoenix is God.
Expound on that.
Okay, well, she can create what she wills. She can destroy what she wills. I don't know that I need much more explanation than that.
I don't know if we've really talked about this, because the part of the superhero episode where we were talking about X-Men 3 got junked somehow. JD, expound on your love and affection for the Phoenix a little bit. JD is a little obsessed with the Phoenix.
It's a whole woman with power thing with me. I'll admit that first off. If that grosses you listeners out, I don't give a fuck.
How much money have you wasted on dominatrixes so far this year, JD?
None. I refuse to pay for sex. She is all-powerful, easily the best character ever conceived, and so good that they have to kill her off every time that she comes back.
Is Jean Grey dead as of now? I'm pretty sure she is.
I know in Astonishing X-Men, she was still dead. I'm not following anything after that.
I don't keep up with Marvel, so I don't know who's dead or alive.
I keep wanting to pick up X-Men comics, but I don't know which one follows the main storyline, so I just give up.
I can't help you there.
Phoenix, she's really awesome. The movie fucked her up. Plain and simple. Just completely fucked her over as a character. Bryan Singer set her up really well in the second movie. As much of a fan as I am of the Phoenix, I also understand it is illogical to send the characters to space and then have them come back, then have her come out as the Phoenix in one movie. It's impossible. It's probably impossible to do it in 3 movies.
I think you've talked more of this episode than you have in the previous 5.
Anyhow, but she still had the Firebird thing going on at the end of X-Men 2, and the fire formed.
So mostly the lack of the Firebird is what made you hate X-Men 3 so much.
Well, she didn't throw one Firebird, and it was really just souped up telekinesis, which was still kind of cool, I'll admit that. But I just really hate that movie. They kill off Professor X, they kill off Cyclops, and
yeah, but
that's just the first half of the movie.
Nobody missed Cyclops, because the movie version of Cyclops was kind of a wimp anyway.
I'll admit that, but still, point being,
I actually really like The Last Stand. I think I'm like one of 3 people who enjoy that movie as much as I do. Maybe,
I enjoy the movie.
Maybe it's just because Ellen Page is playing Kitty Pryde. That might be.
Third movie did have some good things for it, because like Magneto was finally a badass. First movie, yeah, he was going to turn people into
I thought it was cool when he
mutants, but
firing all the guns and shit.
Third movie, he's throwing cars,
lifting a bridge up with
and lifting a bridge. He's actually finally a badass in that movie. Not as much of a badass as he was in the comic books, which I found out by reading the Marvel Wiki. Magneto is apparently God as well, people. It's on the Marvel Wiki. Look it up. He's basically God.
Zang! Zang! This was supposed to be an episode about dude movies, and then I said, I need to rewatch the Bill and Ted movies. I haven't seen them in like 3 years.
Well, you finally watched House 2. So I don't care what you say, it's definitely a dude's movie.
It's kind of a dude movie. It sort of becomes a dude movie at one point.
You got the guy who plays the guy from the guy, from...
That movie with the people.
You got the guy that plays evil Dr. Porkchop on...
Oh, yeah, John Ratzenberger. Oh, yeah, he was awesome in that as the handyman.
Yeah, he was a handyman who, like...
Part-time adventurer.
Whips that sword out of his toolbox and...
It looks like you guys have got another dimension in there.
And it comes out of nowhere.
It's like another movie interceded on this movie.
And he's like...
Pulls a sword out of his toolbox.
The only way the Avengers could have gotten better if Ratzenberger came in and pulled a sword out of his toolbox and went into space and kicked the shit out of some Chitauri.
I would watch a whole movie about that character.
It just comes out of nowhere. He's just like a regular handyman, and then all of a sudden...
suddenly he's got a sword.
And he's like kicking ass with a sword.
And they leave him in the dimension as they run out, as the dimension's collapsing.
And he's like, go! I'll hold him off.
And then they get back to the house, and he's right there. It's like, what took you guys so long?
Yeah, I was like, what? So much better than the first one. I don't care what anybody says. I like it a lot
better. I liked House, but yeah, House 2, the second story, it's not even a horror movie. It's just crazy shit happening. There's a dog caterpillar thing. And a baby pterodactyl.
And there's a zombie cowboy fight.
Iron Man 3 news. Have you heard the latest?
No.
It was announced a while ago that some actor, whose name is not important, was going to play a character in the movie called Eric Salvin. In the comics, Eric Salvin becomes a cyborg assassin called Cold Blood. And all the people threw their hands up and went, blah! Where's the Mandarin? Blah, 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 blah. Ben Kingsley was cast in the movie a while ago, and they said he was playing a villain, but they said he's not playing the Mandarin. Apparently, Ben Kingsley is playing the Mandarin.
I don't know who Ben Kingsley is.
Gandhi?
Oh.
The latest rumor is that he's going to play the Mandarin. And this is from Latino Review, which is a highly reliable website. Almost every spoiler they've posted has come true. The point I'm making is that we've gotten our first set photos. And the first set photo we've seen is of this Eric Salvin character in the Iron Patriot suit.
Awesome.
I don't know what's going on there, but we'll see. I wasn't excited for Iron Man 3 because after the Avengers I was kind of marveled out, but I'm getting slowly excited for Iron Man 3. Plus they've cast the Executioner in Thor 2. It was the guy who starred in the movie Valhalla Rising, which was a crazy, violent Viking movie. I haven't seen it yet. Supposedly it's very good. They've cast a crazy Viking guy as the Executioner, which sounds right.
Yeah.
I think the actor's first name is Mad.
God. Have they casted the Enchantress yet?
Nope, but I think this has all been a confirmation that she's going to be in it, because those two characters go together.
Now, is Thor going to be post-Avengers, or...?
Post-Avengers.
Okay, so
all the sequels are going to be post-Avengers.
Okay.
Captain America 2 is going to be post-Avengers. Which, honestly, I was kind of hoping it would be back in World War II. I feel like there was enough wiggle room in that first movie for them to do more stories. I honestly kind of prefer Captain America in World War II, but whatever. I trust Marvel implicitly at this point. I saw Friday Foster.
Did you?
Yes.
And what did you think of that?
Pretty damn good. Some prime Blaxploitation there. First off, it had an amazing cast. Pam Grier, Urfa Kitt, Carl Weathers, Scatman Crofers, Yafo Keto. This is like the Black Avengers.
And it's a comic book movie.
It was, yeah, I didn't know. Man, Pam Grier was incredibly hot back in the 70s, wasn't she?
Oh my god, yes.
The completely gratuitous shower scene in Friday Foster, good stuff.
My mind was blown after watching that movie.
Yeah, she looked good. It wasn't a great movie, but it was pretty damn entertaining, though I missed the last 5 minutes because the Netflix instant player crashed.
Oh, really?
That's like the modern equivalent of the film breaking. Who does she end up with at the end of the movie, though? Does she end up with the detective or the politician dude?
I think it's the politician dude.
Okay, she ends up with him. Alright, okay, I wasn't sure. Because that was like the only question I had left that was unanswered in the last 5 minutes that I missed.
Pretty sure it was the politician dude.
Okay, you definitely need to see more Pam Grier, because I want to do a Blaxploitation movie. So way down the line, I want to do that episode. There are many more things we need to get to first, but I would like to do that.
So what you're telling me is I need to watch more Blaxploitation movies.
Yeah, I need to watch more of them. I haven't seen that many either. I haven't even seen Superfly, so I'm way behind. I need to make you watch Black Dynamite, though. We need to watch Black Dynamite, and then you need to say Michael J. White needs to play Luke Cage. And then I'll agree with you.
I'll say that now. Michael J. White needs to play. I know who Michael J. White is.
Oh, yeah, he was Spawn. Apparently we're saying his name wrong, though. Apparently it's Michael Ja White. Oh, it's not the first time I pronounced a famous person's name wrong. It's probably not the first time I've done it in this podcast. Important question. Nic Cage, action hero or not?
Not.
He's a controversial figure because some people love Nic Cage and some people think Nic Cage is the worst actor in the universe.
In most cases, he is the worst actor in the universe.
I choose to believe that both options are viable because when Nic Cage is on it in movies like Adaptation...
Or Ghost Rider 2.
There's Nic Cage when he's actually acting in like Adaptation or Leaving Las Vegas or Raising Arizona, which is a great movie. Those are all legitimately good performances. Then there's Nic Cage when he's smoked a little crack before he's gone onto the set. And that's when you get Bad Lieutenant, or Ghost Rider 2, or especially Vampire's Kiss. I know I've talked about this movie before, but see Vampire's Kiss if you haven't.
I guess I should go see it then, because I have not seen it.
But then there's Nic Cage and...
I'm a vampire!
I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! Put the file in the drawer! Then there's Nic Cage in boring action hero mode. The reason I bring this up is because I didn't watch Windtalkers, because that movie's like 3 hours long, and no, I'm not going to watch it. But I watched the alloutofbubblegum.com kill count video, and Nic Cage kills like 130 people in that movie. It's ridiculous. Nic Cage is a terrible action hero because he looks like your dad.
But maybe that makes him a great action.
No, it doesn't, because he doesn't look like somebody that could actually win in a fight. Even in Con Air, when he's got bulging pectorals,
he looks like a dad.
Especially in Windtalkers, where he's got kind of like a neck fat roll, and he's like running like a nerd, and he's trying to do the Chow Yun Fat one-handed machine gun thing. So Windtalkers was, of course, the John Woo movie.
I think the best Nic Cage movie I've ever seen is Ghost Rider 2.
Ghost Rider 2 wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good, no, but fucking Ghost Rider pisses fire. The Ghost Rider parts in that movie were really good.
The rest of it...
What the hell?
Though Connor McLeod's in it. Or... shit, that just... Christopher Lambert is in the movie. Connor McLeod is his character in Highlander. He's basically playing Connor, though.
I'm Nicolas Cage, and this is a song for you.
My favorite things. Blue jeans, see a red-haired girl. Sweet peanut butter, a slow-burning candle. Cup of tea and a good book. A dance of the reindeer, and also Pachinko. Yeah, Pachinko was so cute.
So I know you've told this, but for the purpose of our listening audience, act like you've never heard this news before. They're remaking Carrie.
Really?
And Chloe Moretz is going to play Carrie.
I still don't know who that is.
That's Hit Girl.
Oh, okay.
She was the vampire girl and Let Me In. Oh, and Julianne Moore is playing her mom. First off, we don't need another version of Carrie. I don't think we do, because the 1970 version is definitive. That is a great fucking movie. Even the TV version of Carrie was unnecessary. I kinda liked it, but it was unnecessary. It didn't have any reason to exist.
Well, it didn't have any reason to exist, but...
You know, I'm a big...
And the whole reason that came along was because the Shining remake that they did on TV was so successful. Which, I mean, I kind of like that one.
I've never seen the Steven Weber version of The Shining.
That version of The Shining is scarier to me than the original.
What?
It is. Now, hold on.
I haven't seen the remake, but I doubt very seriously any other version of The Shining could be scarier than the Jack Nicholson, Stanley Kubrick version.
I still like the original better. I just think that there are parts that the remake does better. Maybe because they had the better technology or whatever.
Possibly, I don't know.
But there were some parts that they do better.
I might have to rent the remake of The Shining now because I really don't see how you could say that. Anyway, the point I'm making is another version of Carrie completely unnecessary. However, what's interesting is it's being written and directed by a woman. This is obviously a story about women. It'd be sort of interesting to actually get a woman to make it, provide that sort of insight into the characters. So, and I am a Chloe Moretz fan. Speaking of Chloe Moretz, did you see Dark Shadows?
No.
Me neither. Moving on. What's going on with Tim Burton these days?
I don't know, when you see things like Beetlejuice and the first 2 Batman movies and they're like really good.
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. I love his version of Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow is a pretty good movie. Johnny Depp has gotten to the point where he has enough money and enough sway in Hollywood that he's decided he's going to play all of his favorite childhood characters in movies before he's too old to do it. Which is why Dark Shadows happened. Which is why the Lone Ranger movie where he plays Tonto is happening. Which is why the remake of The Thin Man where he plays Nick Charles is happening. And this is the one that's controversial for me. This is why the upcoming big screen version of Kolchak the Night Stalker is happening. Now, it's well documented on this show that I love Kolchak the Night Stalker. It's one of my top 10 favorite things ever. And it's being directed by Edgar Wright, who did Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and Scott Pilgrim, all movies I liked a whole shitload. Johnny Depp as Kolchak is the main thing I don't like, because I just don't think Johnny Depp is old enough, and I don't think he can pull it off. But that's not as crazy as the latest rumor I've heard, which is that Tim Burton and Johnny Depp's next project is going to be a Dr. Phibes remake. Yeah, Johnny Depp is Dr. Phibes? No, I don't see it.
Here's the thing. 90% of the Johnny Depp's childhood shows get made into movies, are being made into movies by Tim Burton, one of Johnny Depp's best friends.
Yeah, they're buddies. Honestly, as far as a director for a Dr. Phibes remake goes, Tim Burton is not the worst choice. There were rumors that the Dark Skies people were going to do a Dr. Phibes movie, and personally, Tim Burton's a much better choice than fucking William Malone or whatever. I would prefer if it was like Tim Burton in the early 90s rather than Tim Burton now, but still, they could do worse. But Johnny Depp is Dr. Phibes? Come on. My main concern is that Tim Burton is going to turn it into a comedy. Yeah, the original Dr. Phibes movies are campy and kind of comical, but they don't need to be like Dark Shadows is a comedy. But you know who should play Dr. Phibes? Because I believe a Dr. Phibes remake needs to happen. I think that's one of those iconic characters that deserves to be reinterpreted for future generations. You know who should play Dr. Phibes?
Who?
Gary Oldman.
I could see that.
And Gary Oldman would do it, too. You know, my first choice would be like Alan Rickman or...
King or a little street sweeper, but sooner or later you dance with the Reaper. Get down with your bed, sir.
Alex Winter is going to be at Monster Mania in September. I don't know if we'll be going to that or Gettysburg, but either way, I'm going to go up to Alex Winter's table, and I'm going to say, you are in 3 of my all-time favorite movies. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, Freaked, and Death Wish 3. And I hope he looks at me and says, awesome.
Probably look at you and go, what about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
I like Excellent Adventure, but I prefer Bogus Journey, because it's got the Reaper in it.
You gotta do the Reaper rap.
Doesn't matter if you're a big millionaire or a little street sweeper, sooner or later you meet with the Reaper.
We got killed by our bad robot usses, so we need to, make good robot usses and save the princesses, and then we'll marry the princesses.
Our album covers totally lied to us, man. They Melvined me. Station! Whoa, Station, you have, a great butt. What about me? I work out! And that's pretty much what the Dude episode is going to be, just us quoting Wayne's World and Bill and Ted.
What about Mystery Men?
Mystery Men isn't a Dude movie.
I just meant Mystery.
Yeah, but when we do a superhero comedy episode or whatever, we're going to, 90% of that episode is just going to be us quoting Mystery Men. When you can balance a tack hammer on your head, you can head off your enemies with a balanced attack.
Why am I wearing watermelon on my feet?
I didn't tell you to do that. We try to say things that are witty, but your intelligence is a hindrance, so nothing is provocative. Doesn't that make you angry?
A little.
You're not well liked.
No, that's first. You're not well liked. You
dress in the manner of a male prostitute.
He agrees with it.
We've got a date with Destiny, and it looks like she's ordered the lobster.
Just pull the switch!
Pull the switch, you idiot! You're an idiot! Whoa, hey. I think we killed him. We? I don't want to get fraculated! No, he's neither a fruit nor a commie. You want to go back in your bag? I'm an adult now!
You threw a spoon?
Couldn't you throw a knife? I'm not Stab Man. I'm not Knifey Boy. I'm the Blue Raja, Master of Silverware. I was saving this for your wedding, but, well... Oh, God. Dead man is dead. Or Deaf Man is dead, because Dead Man's a real character. Baron Von Insano got the chair.
And the whole time he's sitting there reading this letter of recommendation from...
It's a grocery list, yeah.
From Captain Amazing, and it's a grocery list.
Yeah. What kind of crazy man blows up a crazy house? Well, we've been quoting a Mystery Man for like 10 minutes.
That awesome of a movie.
Rage taking over. Somebody tore the Q section out of my dictionary because I don't know the meaning of the word quit. Lazy Boy and the recliner.
Lazy Boy and the recliner.
Tonight the lone wolf rides alone. Disco is not dead. Disco is life. I'm protected by the god of hair care.
It's a baby bowler.
I gave your daddy the shaft. He fell into an elevator shaft, onto some bullets. I've always suspected foul play, as have I.
This is egg salad. It's loaded with cholesterol. The wife won't even let me touch it. Hardly seems to matter now, because chances are we're already dead. We're not your classic superheroes. We're not the favorites. We're the other guys. And Spleen, I don't want to stand behind you, but I'll fight beside you with pride. We're all in over our heads, and we know it. But if we take on this fight, those of us who survive it will forever after show our scars with pride and say, that's right, I was there. I fought the good fight. So what do you say? Do we all gather together and go kick some Casanova butt? Or do I eat this sandwich?
I say, what the fork? Let's do it.
So that's the show tonight. Next time, we promise there will be a theme episode, probably.
But on the comments below, let us know which way you like better.
We want to do dudes. We want to do Prometheus is coming out, so I want to do an Aliens and Predator episode. We want to do a Quentin Tarantino episode because now JD is ready. There are a couple other things. Batman's coming up in July. That's going to happen.
So we're definitely doing a Batman episode.
When the Expendables 2 come out, there might be a cheesy 80s action hero episode. That could happen. Horror musicals is coming. It's coming. It's coming real soon. I want to do a ghost and a werewolf episode real soon. That's something that's going to happen before the year's over with. In October, we're doing both Halloween and John Carpenter. I feel like Elm Street's something we got to do soon now that we've done Friday the 13th. So many plans. The point is, there's lots of hot things happening here at the Bangers and Mash show. Lots of hot banger coming right into your ear. Lots of hot mash floating into your mouth.
You can keep the gay subtext out of that if you don't mind.
Our bodies are ready.
So anyhow, in the comments below, let us know if you like the freeform or the layout style better.
Sure.
Because we would like to cater to how you like to listen.
Yeah.
At least I would.
I do this for me. I don't do this for anything.
But whatever gets us more views, let us know.
I'm really working hard to get 2 episodes out this month, so hopefully you will hear from us again real soon. Until then, as always, dear lovers and friends, I am Mr. Bangers, and this is my co-host,
Mash.
And we will talk to you again soon. We'll be watching you.
I found a girl the other day. She was dressed okay, and she asked my name, and I never knew that I would fall in love with you. Oh baby, will you come back to McDonald's with me? We can have some breakfast, or we can have some afternoon tea. And we can enjoy the breakfast menu. Although, baby, the song they tell. Oh.
There is going to be 2 minutes of usable audio for this.